Today I'm going to be reacting to Elliott Smith's self-titled album. I believe this was his second album that he released. And I've heard Either Or by Elliott Smith before. I enjoyed that record quite a bit. I think I actually gave it like a pretty high score. So I'm pretty excited to get into this one. Obviously I got the lyrics up because, as you know, with Elliott Smith, it's all about those lyrics. So there's not much else to say. We're just going to hop into it. Go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. Alright, first track is Needle in the Hay. Luna. You just gotta be in the camera all the time, don't you?
On his arm, he stacked charm.
Wow. I love how breathy that delivery is. Nice, kind of picking up the intensity a bit on that guitar part. It's very somber. I love how he does the breaks only one time there. Now we're back to this regular rhythm that we had before. Love the crescendo on that vocal too. Hey, Luna. I swear, if you knock this camera over, great track. Great opener here. Kind of setting this somber mood for what I'm assuming will carry out throughout the entire album. So Needle in the Haystack, that's a saying, right? Haystack charm around your neck, what does that mean? Oh, haystack rock? Oh, I've been there. Referred to a noose, okay. Yeah, I feel like it sounds like it's more probably referring to a noose. So yeah, pretty dark opening here. Again, a lot of his lyrics touch on just like drug abuse and very intimate and kind of what I was expecting coming into this. So, all right, next track is Christian Brothers. Oh, good roof. I almost said roof. It's early in the morning, okay? Oh, it's so good. This part is just so good. Oh. And then we go major. I'm lost lyrically. I don't really know what's happening here. Okay, reading that Genius annotation actually helped quite a bit because I was completely lost lyrically. But it says this is about him standing up to his stepfather with the help of alcohol. It says Christian Brothers is a type of brandy, which is cool because that kind of ties in with this line right here, don't be cross, this sick I want. Like maybe he thinks his father has some sort of like savior complex or something where he thinks he needs to save him in some sort of way, which maybe his dad does have the best intentions in mind, and maybe just it's interesting to see his point of view here and how he doesn't view it as helpful, and he wants the sickness, basically. It's sick I want. So yeah, I like the tie-in to that kind of religious imagery. That one little guitar part in there, that's going to stick in my head for a while because that was such a great little part. All right, Clementine is next. Okay, storytelling track here maybe. Nice opening verse, kind of setting the scene. Oh, don't, Luna, don't. Just didn't say so. Keep that song out of your mind. Sorry. I love the story on that track. I feel like it was easy to follow along with, but still really intriguing and engaging. So obviously this guy, he's drunk in a bar. The bartender starts singing this song. Is it an actual song? Popular folk song, okay. So he starts singing this song, and maybe this song reminds this guy of his relationship, and he kind of doesn't want that to happen while he's just chilling in a bar drunk, so he keeps drinking, anything to pass the time and keep that song out of your mind. So he's just kind of trying to avoid thinking about this person. Maybe the one place he went to where he didn't have to think about this person, something happened that made him think about it, which is there's kind of humor in that in a way, you know, kind of ironic in a way. So, yeah, I like the story. It's pretty simple, but it's relatable and it hits hard. So I liked how like kind of messy the guitars on that one were too. Next track is Southern Belle. It sounds like Fleet Foxes right here. Yes, I know Fleet Foxes came after. Just saying there's a similarity. Don't get mad at me. Oh. Oh.
Live in a southern town. How you want.
Great little turnaround here. It almost works as the chorus in a way. Vocals got really harsh there. Really loud in the mix. I don't love the mix here, to be honest. Yeah, some parts to that I don't love, like the mix during certain parts where the vocals get really harsh and it just feels a bit grating, but overall a pretty decent track. Great guitar stuff in there. I love how much energy there was to that guitar, but it still had like a kind of melancholy feel at the same time. I feel like it's hard to balance that, but he did it really well on this track. Lyrically, I don't really follow what's happening here. Not one of my favorites, like I said, just some mixing issues, but great guitar work, and yeah, we'll keep it going. Single file.
Trying hard to become whatever they are. Single file.
Really interesting way of writing that track, using you a lot, like he's talking to someone else. Obviously lining up single file for probably drugs. So it's interesting because he's singing from the perspective of like him talking to someone else, but it feels like deep down he's talking to himself in a way. So I don't know, that way of writing makes it seem like he's kind of, I don't want to say delusional because that sounds a bit disrespectful, but it seems like he's purposefully trying to like distance himself from what he knows he really is addicted to. Track coming up, Roses. Don't know why I said roses like that. Whenever we've had drums on this album, they're very just like subtle in a way.
It'll kill you in time. It's to vision you're buried below. Spinning in the night sky while we got in a kind of trouble.
I don't know, this album's kind of losing me a bit. Past couple tracks just haven't really grabbed me at all. I mean, that track did have some extra instrumentation to it that made it feel a little bit different than the rest of the album. But yeah, I don't know. Lyrically, it feels like it's just getting a little bit repetitive in terms of themes. Hopefully, we get somewhat of a switch up on this next one, or soon. Satellite is next. Ooh, love how the guitars are mic'd here. You're hearing every like slide and all those little intricacies. Cool kind of thin vocal effect too. It's one of my favorites. Okay, I feel like I almost kind of get what's going on here lyrically, but I'm just a little bit lost. So obviously the satellite is the moon. Pairs the moon to maybe this relationship here. Because you know how the moon has like different phases? Is that the right term? Crescent moon, full moon, stuff like that. changes quite a bit how we perceive it. So maybe he's relating that to a relationship in the way that a relationship has its ups and downs. I love the sound of that track. Love how intimate that was. Love the vocal effects. Love how closely mic'd those guitars were. Yeah, that was great. One of my favorites. Alphabet Town is next. Nice harmonica. Love how it swells into that one note and then kind of backs off on the other note. Nice rhythm there. Oh, those harmonies. It's actually rare that you get him doing actual harmonies, you know? Like, there's a lot of double vocals, but not much in the way of harmonies. Cool track. Cool track. Lyrically, what does Alphabet Town even mean? Alphabet City, neighborhood located within the East Village in New York City. Okay, so it's an actual place. So he's showing this person around. It seems like he doesn't really care about this person at all. Like, he's just kind of doing it just because I told you her name, but you can't pronounce it. I don't know. It seems kind of superficial, this, whatever's going on here in a way. Not one of my favorites, but some cool musical moments. I don't love the lyrics on that one that much, but some cool guitar moments. Vocal harmonies in there were pretty nice. Saint Ides Heaven. Ides.
Open container from 7-Eleven. See, I'm no good. I'm walking out.
Are they saying Rebecca Gates is a vocalist? Because I only hear Elliott. Like, I hear his vocals doubled. There's that moon reference again. Nice. I love this chorus. I love the imagery here. I gotta stop clicking Genius annotations. I feel like I have to click them on albums like this because there's so much that I feel like I'm missing. But I just don't agree with this annotation at all. It talks about how the moon could be a representation of a bowl of meth, and how the light bulb breaking is such a sudden spark to the user that it breaks them. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like, yes, obviously drugs and addiction is a huge part of this album and part of Elliott Smith as an artist and a person, but I feel like it doesn't really apply here. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it has like a more emotional and kind of like almost like philosophical meaning to it. Again, I'm confused where Rebecca Gates is. Maybe she was playing guitar. Cool track. That bit where the drums came in too was great. It was a great little like just a little jam session in the middle of this track. So yeah, that was one of my favorites, to be honest. Good to Go is next. The way those guitars came in, that was sick. Love just mirroring that guitar melody with the vocals. Great chorus to that track. I wouldn't need a hero if I wasn't such a zero. Like, the way the guitars came on that track or in the chorus, just super satisfying. Self-castigation, that's a word I don't think I've heard. In this song is incessant and blunt, suggesting Elliott was grappling with I just said in the previous track I should stop reading Genius annotations. Here I am again, reading them, because I can't have thoughts of my own, apparently. Suggesting Elliott was grappling with agitated self-loathing, labeling. Yeah, okay, that's obvious. So yeah, he's feeling down here. So maybe he feels like he had negative influence on this person in a way. All I ever see around here. So he's constantly reminded of this person. Wouldn't need a hero. So who's the hero that he's wanting? Because obviously he's not feeling too great about himself here. I wouldn't need a hero if I wasn't such a zero. Maybe this person he's talking about, maybe that was his hero, as cheesy as that sounds. But now that she is gone, he doesn't have that here, so now he's a 0. Musically, really love that track. Next track, The White Lady Loves You More.
That's where you'll go tonight. On feet, I know what then. I'm looking at a handful of broken plans, and I'm tired of wake up in the middle of the night.
Love going to that minor chord there.
The White Lady.
Do I click it? Yeah, we're cooking it. So The White Lady, that's cocaine? Heroin, I guess? The White Lady Loves You More. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. The cocaine is really the only, or the heroin, whatever it is really the only place where he maybe feels like himself or feels like he belongs. Again, I just feel like thematically we're getting a little bit repetitive again. I feel like on Either Or, it felt a bit more like human. Obviously the drugs I feel like are even more of a prominent theme on this album, but it just gets to a point where it almost feels less human in a way. Either Or felt like I had a stronger connection to the overall heart of that album. So yeah, I'm not loving this as much. Like, it's still musically, I'm still really enjoying it. It's just getting a little bit stale thematically.
I'm waiting for the train. The stupid thing, wanted everything to stop. Well, I'm a crushed credit card and registered to dismiss.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I just read that Genius annotation.
I'm tired of dancing on a bottle of gold.
Jeez. That just got really real all of a sudden. What the heck? That got, like, really freaking real. It was drug overdose, right? Oh, stabbing. I feel like I searched this up in the other Elliott Smith reaction. Was it himself or... Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. So he did kill himself. So yeah, like I said, it just got really real once I read this and finally clued in what this track was about. I mean, it makes sense. I'm waiting for the train, the subway that only goes one way. That's obviously referring to death. Stupid thing that'll come to pull us apart and make everybody late. So he's even like recognizing the damage it does to everyone around him too. Here, which makes it even that much more like crushing. I just told the biggest lie. That's kind of when I clued in, and then I scrolled down here, and I mean, you see this a bunch in music where, like, you see it with Mac Miller. He had songs before his death talking about death, and it gets it hits even harder once that artist passes away. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of the same case here, and it just, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words because that just hit me really hard. So yeah, that is Elliott Smith, self-titled. Very dark way to end things off here. Definitely the darkest track on the album, and that's why I'm gonna like it. Okay, because I like the darkness. So yeah, that was not as good as Either Or in my opinion. It felt a little bit, like I said, thematically stale, but overall musically I still really liked it. There were still some really good standout tracks here, but I feel like it's just not as concise as Either Or. Go join the Patreon if you want to see this uncut, of course, as I said in the beginning. Link in the description down below to go join that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if I missed anything. And leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.